Never had that happen before. Fuck. I don't know what the fuck happened. I've never had that happen before. Yeah, I never had the live just in like that. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, that was weird, man. It show just dropped.
Yeah. I know a couple years ago, maybe about a year after I started doing these, there was this weird thing where I could only do them for like an hour.
Yeah.
But I I don't know. I don't know what happened there. Sorry about that.
Oh, good, man. We good. We back.
Yeah. For me, I always say the Black Infrared 6 started it for me. That was the
Uh,
first Jordan I wanted when I was in fourth grade.
yeah.
You know, the area I'm from, Shaker Heights, Ohio, it's especially back then it was kind of affluent. So I was going to school with like real life rich kids,
Yeah.
and they were having like multiple pairs. We in the fourth and fifth grade. They had the Agassiz, the Jays, the four shoe that Barkley might have been wearing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I yeah, but um, that Concord was special. Like there's the Chicago one is close, but there's no shoe that affects me the way a Concord
Right.
does. The lime green Air Max 95 is close,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you know, blue foam posit, those are the shoes that just like I have to have, um, no matter what. Like I have to have them.
Right.
So
Right.
okay, okay. Do you remember the first shoe you bought with your own money?
Yes, it was the uh patent leather Jordan 1 Chicago mid that came out in 2003.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
was
remember.
so happy to buy those, and I actually got those. We were talking the other night about the Nike ES here, so that was I was able to grab those half off in there. My first I bought with my own money. Love those things. I beat them up. I played in them. I hooped in them. Wore 'em to school. Everything. I love that shoe, and that kind of started. Well, the funny thing about the Chicago one is I remember back in '94 when they retro. I was young, but I remember seeing them on the shelves because my mom would take me to the mall with her. And so while she would shop, she would tell me I could go in Champs or Athlete's Feet. And I would just sit in there and just stare at the wall, look at the shoes. I asked them, could I try them on? And, they started letting me try them on. And so I remember seeing that shoe on the shelf and was like trying to figure out, I was like, okay, I know that's the first Jordan ever came out, but in 1994, and of course, this is beginning of a retro, or we didn't know anything about that. That's
Mm-hmm.
why, like recently, to kind of jump to now, the Lost and Found to me is one of the best shoes in the last couple of years. Cause like I remember that time, and then I had family in Chicago, and I would travel there in the summer and kind of go to the mom and pop shops, and I remember seeing those in their on sale. So it's just to see that come back around. And then I think the date on the receipt is August 86, which is my birthday, August 15, 86.
Nice.
I love that Lost and Found sneaker. It got a lot of meaning to me. And as I got older, my favorite shoe turned into the Chicago one. I really love that shoe now. Still love the 11s, but more so ones as I've gotten older.
Got you. Yeah, I actually they're they're over there. I actually have some 94s here. Um,
I'm not surprised. You got all the whole heat, man.
nah, man, those 94 Chicago's are special because they're the shoe I've had the longest because I've had them since then. I was in
Yeah.
eighth grade when my dad bought me those shoes. And
Yeah.
even though I'm an 11 and a half, 12, those are like a 10 and a half, and I can
Yeah.
still fit them, you know.
They still wear good, don't they?
Yeah, now I ain't gonna lie. Because I know when we talked last night, we were supposed to do the show. I told you I went to Nike headquarters last summer.
Yeah.
I took them with me, and I wore them all across campus. So they didn't come apart, but I don't have many more wears in them after all of that walking. You know,
Go look at to get them like redone or reglued, or you
nah,
good?
I'm the type I'd rather just buy another pair.
I feel you.
You
Okay.
know, because certain things, like, all right, the store I was running when the 2015 Chicago's came out, I didn't buy them. We didn't have that many pairs, and I had a line, so I was trying to be noble, but I still should have bought them. I did the same thing with the Shatterback boards.
Yeah.
Two regrets, because both of them would have been $87 a piece with my discount. So, it's cool though. I didn't get to get the lost and found. I mean, I knew people back home because I'm from Cleveland.
Yeah.
And there were people down here that had pairs, and nobody would look out.
Dang.
Nobody would look out. I'm like, man, don't nobody have an on release day, and I'd never pay over, But
right.
a couple of niggas, I'm like, man, I got 300 for you.
Yeah.
It's only 180 or however much,
Right.
Niggas like, nah, I'm like, all right, man. You know what I'm saying? But I've come down a little bit. I mean, I have all of the Chicago KOs, so but it's still not the same. I have black toes and other stuff, but I need a fresh pair of Chicago's.
Yeah. How do you feel about the I'm anxious to hear how you feel the 85 bread coming out and the hype and how they, only 10,000 pairs and stuff. Like, how do you feel about that?
Well, because they're my employer, I have to be careful how I answer this. You never know, somebody might be watching.
I got you.
The one thing I'll say is I guess where it's strange to me is normally retros don't have commercials. They have commercials for these. They put the blocks on the statue in front of the United Center.
Right.
Covered up with Jordan 9. The NBA rejected it, but Nike wanted to put like an X over the Jumpmans on the NBA jerseys.
Yeah.
But the NBA was like, nah, that's a little much. We'll let you do this, but we ain't doing that.
Right.
So for them to do all of this and for it to only be 10,000, even though I really believe it's more, whenever they're like, it's this many pairs, I always think it's really twice that.
Yeah, me too.
Or at least if it's really 10,000, it's probably 15,000, really. But it's cool, but it's not cool. But I understand why they're doing it.
Yeah.
Because I honestly feel like we're gonna go back to how it was 2013, 14, where everybody's gonna be trying to bow each other in the neck for these shoes.
Yeah. It looks like something there. They're going towards that way.
And it's already started, because if you look back on the last few releases, whenever something sells out on the Red app, we'll call it, I don't ever really believe it.
Right.
But if you go back to the beginning of November, those white, black, and reds 14, the white, black, and red 14s came out. They sold out and they was just gone. There was no restock. It wasn't that many. They were just gone. And I'm thinking, the hood don't really fuck with 14s. Niggas ain't gonna be on these. They were gone.
Yeah.
So, I feel like that's how it's gonna be, unfortunately, going forward. I guess for this year, I'm not too worried about it, because everything that they're coming out with is shit that we was getting in 2015 and 16. Like, I'll probably buy another pair of Aquas, because that's one of my favorite Jordans. The Grape 5. I'd like to buy another Cement 4. Yeah, I know. I'm kind of, my bad. You asked me a question. I'm going off on a tangent.
Good, man.
But yeah, I foresee Jordans being difficult to get. I think it's going to be a release by release basis, because the Black Cat 3s weren't hard to get, but I didn't like them in 2007. I was working for Foot Locker. I was at Champs then, and I didn't buy them then.
Right.
I've never liked them. It's the patent leather, I guess, but I don't know. It just seems like a lot for it to be such a limited shoe. All of this advertising.
What I was thinking.
I guess there's no Jumpman 23 Instagram, because that's part of it. Because I thought they had blocked me. I'm like, where the fuck is it? Other people was like, no, it's not coming up for me either. I'm like, oh, okay. I thought they was like, oh, I played some music with a shoe and they didn't like what I did, so they blocked me.
They banned Shorty.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, what'd I do? But it just seems like a lot. I feel bad saying this though. I should care about it and want it, but it's kind of whatever. If I get it, I do. If I don't,
Yeah.
what do you feel about it?
I really want a pair just because they're, I figure it's gonna be the closest I can get to a 85 pair. Because and I'm kind of like this. I love a lot of like 80s music, 80s 80s everything. So
Really?
I yeah,
Me
yeah,
too.
yeah. I really I saw that on your page and stuff. I was like, man, we a lot alike. Didn't know it, but
Yeah.
that to get that would be great. But man, the resale amount and just how they doing it, and then supposedly 10 or 20,000 pairs is like, if I can't get it, I can't get it. So I'm not about to, like you say, pay that crazy resale for them. I just can't do that. So I would hope to get a pair, but we'll see how it goes. Till
Yeah, like it's
2016, so I'm good.
yeah, I'm in the same boat. It's like I have them. I haven't have the Bread 1.5. When I was in Cleveland, I used to wear it in the snow when I would get tired of wearing boots.
Yeah,
Because it's like now if it was the Chicago 1.5, since Jordan actually wore those, that might be different. But
yeah, yeah.
but yeah, man, like I honestly would rather have the black and red airship over them.
Yeah, that's a pair. I did pay resale. I'm glad I got
Now
the
you got
pro.
a pair of them?
Yeah, I got
Look
the
at you.
pro pair.
Yeah, they only came out in like Italy or some shit, didn't they? They only came out like overseas or something.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I wanted to post those and be like the real band, but then I was like, I don't want the brand to get mad at me or something, if they was just so happy to see it or something. So
I mean, I try to I watch what I post only because even though I work for Converse, I'm a Nike employee, so I got to watch what I post. But
right.
they Nike seeds all these YouTubers, and they be talking shit, and they still get shoes and stuff sent to
I
them.
know.
So I think you good. I'm the one where it's like, Christopher Weathers, what did you say?
Right. You get the check from
Yeah,
them, yeah.
we're gonna freeze your swoosh account for 6 months or
Right.
something crazy. I don't want nothing. I don't want the problems. So,
Man,
but
the visit to Nike come about, the Nike campus.
so every year for Juneteenth, they have this. They call it the Get Flued Out Challenge, where you submit a video, because it was for Juneteenth. You submit a video about um, whatever topic they have. Like last year was looking back to move forward. So I made this video where I went back through the history of Converse basketball wise, talking about the three dudes that made it into the NBA, kind of like how Jackie Robinson did in baseball. And I went through each decade. Will Chamberlain, Bill Russell was the 60s. Dr. J was the 70s. Magic and Bird was the 80s.
Right.
I kind of zipped through the 90s because, you had Rodman and Larry Johnson, Kevin Johnson,
Yeah.
Freewell, and that kind of went to Wade. It kind of ended with Wade, and I ended the video with Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, but I did a voiceover where I was talking about all of them, and they really liked the video, and they flew me out there, all expenses paid, to celebrate Juneteenth with them.
Damn, I never knew about that. I got to get up on that this year, man.
Yeah. Well,
I would
it
love
was
to
for
go.
employees. So
Yeah, I'd love to get out.
you living in Memphis, man. You should work at a Nike store on the side or something, the one on Elvis Presley Boulevard or something. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I've tried, man. I've tried. I do IT. That's what I work my profession. So I was like, if I could find an IT job at Nike, that would be dope.
Listen,
But
they always looking for people to do that kind of stuff, man.
yeah,
Yeah, man. You in Memphis too with the because when I was still in my marriage, we went to Memphis for her birthday one year. I think it was 2021,
uh-huh.
and we was we were in this area. It was definitely the hood.
Yeah,
Um, it was
yeah.
it was
Boulevard, I think you talked about.
yeah, it was this area where it used to be a mall really close to it that was like one of the malls, but it wasn't there anymore.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah. It's Fraser Raleigh, Raleigh Fraser, brother.
Yeah. We were over there. So we went out there specifically to go to the employee store, um, which, obviously it was different times. Sneaker game was different in 2021. I ain't got to tell
Yeah,
you. There was
yeah,
so much shit in there. It wasn't like I thought. I thought it was
yeah.
going to be more like a clearance store, but we went to the one clearance store in the hood because I had never seen that. It was a Nike store, and it was like a rainbow next to it and like some other shit. I'm like, I
That's
ain't never
Elvis
seen
Presley. Yeah,
yeah, So, uh, and that one was tight because
yeah,
this was 2021. Like I was finding shit in there from 2016, 2017. Like, why is this
yeah,
here?
yeah,
Fucking Westbrook 0.1s and shit. Like
yeah.
the little off the court shoes and shit. I'm like, how's this
Right.
here? So
Yeah. Elvis Presley Boulevard. Yep, that's it.
yeah, Robot Graceland or whatever. I felt like riding around. I felt like I was in choices. You know what I'm saying? Like I was gonna pull up on Poppy and somebody. you know. Then we went to South Haven. So I could be like, all right, I actually went to Mississippi, even though it's the top. So, you know,
Right.
so yeah, Memphis. It was fun. It was good food there. There's this
I
one.
was about to ask you, what did you get some good eats here?
Yeah, man. I can't remember what nothing is called. We went to this one restaurant that was real popular. They had like real popular, I think seafood or something, or it might have been barbecue.
Uh-huh.
I can't even remember. I just know it was like
Central Barbecue? Was it Central Barbecue?
it may have been, man. Cause I'm like, I don't know why I can't remember this shit,
Yeah.
but it's all good. And then we went to this Plato's Closet in kind of a ritzier part. And I found
Uh-huh.
it. So, cause whenever I go out to another city, I have to go thrifting. It's a must. Like I was thrifting in Portland, I
Right.
had to use restraint because, I was buying shit like I was gonna get into my car, and I'm like, nigga, you ain't even got your car. You gotta chill out. I'm looking at housewares and shit. I'm looking at like I can't take this with me,
Yeah.
So yeah, man. But Nike was cool, man. I mean, the only thing that sucked was I got to see a lot of cool shit, but probably 60% of it I couldn't film or photograph.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So when I made a YouTube video about it, but I had to like Google pictures of shit that I wasn't allowed to take pictures of. Just
Yeah.
try to do
Do
it,
something. Yeah.
because my favorite part was probably the archives, because I mean they had everything in there, man. They had all of them posters we talking about.
Yeah.
Building is like a big circle. It's they had a couple of Converse ads in there too. I was kind of surprised at that. They were all just Dr. J ads, but they had a room for basketball where they had every Nike basketball shoe ever made.
Yeah.
They had a room for running.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't get to go to some of the other rooms. We only got to go to 3 of them, but the third one was nothing but collabs, and it was cool.
Okay.
But it made me realize, like, I got over half of this room just at my house. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? This,
Yeah. You
this
got some heat.
just being older, But yeah, man, it was cool. It was cool. But I like y'all city, man. I want to come back there. And see, this is me thinking. I'm like, man, shit. Tennessee is only the next state over. We can't be that far. That shit was like 10 hours driving from,
Oh, y'all
from
drove. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, we drove just because we had never been to Pigeon Forge first. We had never been to
Okay.
Nashville. We went through all of that.
Right.
So I
Okay.
was at Opry Mills. I was eating at Johnny Rockets. We ain't had Johnny Rockets in Cleveland since the early
Yeah.
2000s. There's
Yeah.
not none around here in North Carolina. So it was good to be in Opry Mills. But you ever
Man,
been this way?
you
You ever been?
back, man. We'll link up for sure.
Oh, sure. Oh, for sure. We got to make some content. We both got burgeoning YouTube channels. Your channel hot. Mine used to be hot, but your channel's hot.
Man, dude, I'm trying to get there, man. It's like I'm right at trying not to count either, the whole subscriber thing, but it's just like, man, it's sometimes you do a video and it's like you get 50 subscribe, 50 views, or another video, you might not even think it's gonna do nothing. That's 4,000. So
Mm-hmm.
it's just such a, with YouTube is crazy, but it's something I enjoy to do, so I just keep doing it for the love of it.
Yeah, I enjoy editing and making the videos. Like 2018 to maybe 2020 was when my page was at probably its height, just because that was when I was at Hibbett,
Uh,
and I was a like call it a head coach, but I was a store manager for Hibbett,
Yeah.
and we used to have the shoes so far in advance I could review them without even having to buy them bitches.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so I I don't know that was when I was, and I always used to get my highest views on running shoes.
Yeah, that's wild. That's
You know,
same here.
that was back when the Vapor Maxes was still halfway new, and
Yeah.
anytime I put a running shoe up, especially a Vapor Max, I was getting at least 7,000-8,000 views.
That that's happened to me with the Vomero 5. All of
Mm-hmm.
them that I review, they get a lot of views. And so of course being here in Memphis and some stuff sometimes hits the streets early, people will call, hey, you want to review this early? And I think, oh man, I'm gonna get some views on this. And the views go to the running shoes or the shoes that's not as hyped. So that's crazy. And I said, I'm gonna slow down with that because down here, boy, it's police officers stopping people for early sneakers, and people going to jail, and it's like, dude, it's not that crucial, but it's a lot of stuff hits the streets here early for sure.
Nah, man, I remember we went to the employee store. Like we pull up, it's like 50 niggas outside trying to get in this employee store.
Yep.
Or you know how it is. It's kind of like you make that left, and it's like a little
Yeah.
right where you make that left. It was like 25 more niggas out there.
Yep.
They was obviously, they looked nefarious. They like they was up to something. It was 50
That
niggas.
every Jordan release every Saturday too.
And niggas look at me like the fuck, because I go through the employee store.
Right.
The fuck is this nigga? You know what I'm saying? And, it was wild. I didn't really. My wife at the time, she found a bunch of stuff. I only bought one thing.
Yeah.
Which is actually, I bought the man, I regret not getting the John Morant jersey, but he was still like lightweight, a rookie, or in his second season. Yeah. I did buy some adapts there. They were only like $100.
Dang.
But with all this moving and getting divorced and whatnot, I don't know where my charger plate is.
Ah, man.
Dang. So my one homie in Macon, he said that he'd send me one because he got like 7 or 8 adapt shoes. He's like, man, I send you one of mine, but I haven't talked to him. I want to wear these bitches here. I guess I'll show them. I want to wear them, but I can't. Man, I don't even remember how to open this. What size you wear, Marcus?
10 and a half in ones and 11 in everything else.
Okay, so we kind of in the same area. I'm like 11 through 12.
Yeah. I got some size 12s and things. Like if they didn't have a size 11, I just went on and got to 12. But so you can say 10 and a half through 12.
Yeah, I'm the same. Well, it's the mag adapt. I can't remember how to get this open. It's been so long. So I'm gonna just leave this back here. But I need a charger plate. Otherwise, I can't wear them without the charger plate. I need them lights to be going.
Oh yeah. Got to.
Niggas got to know. But what advantages do you feel like you have being a resident of Memphis with Copy and Kicks? Because the distribution center is there. Is it more like where if somebody's on OfferUp or they on, whatnot? Is it more heat there, or how does that work?
Well, I get access to a lot of shoes early. It's just the prices are crazy because people know now the resale prices and stuff. So that's the only thing. Like a lot of things, come across like, hey, like for example, these those were a late night. Hey, you want a pair of these? And so one of those things. But I can give you a better example, and this is probably a regret of mine to this day. But I got a call probably, was it 2000? When did the Off-White Virgils drop? Do you remember?
The first
Chicago? Yeah.
2017.
2017, I got a call from a guy. He had some kind of way he got a case of them. And so he was like, man, these are going to be hot. These are going to be a hot shoe. And he was like $700. And so I was like, get the fuck out of here. No, I'm not paying that for no shoe. What are those? What is that? And so to this day, I look back and I'm like, dude, if I just would have went on and got a pair, I would have one. And those were like 2 months early. And to this day, every time I see him now, I'm like, dude, same thing happened with the Red Octobers. We had a guy had a couple of boxes of them, probably a month before they dropped, and he was, this gonna be Kanye's new shoe, was all red, and I think it was like 500. He was like 500 a pop, 500 a pop. But around that time, I wasn't paying it for no shoes. I couldn't afford it, and it was like, man, you crazy. And now, like, like, but that's kind of example of what happens down here. Certain people do whatever they do, and they, you get text messages like, "Oh, you got those," and so
we all
but
access.
yeah, yeah,
Oh man. Nah, man, I mean, every now and then I'll see it. I haven't seen it in a little while, but there is a meme that it talks about what you're saying, where it's somebody with they have either a Zen Gray or a Net Yeezy One, and they say this is what $400 or $500 could get you back in 2012 or something like that. That's
yep,
that same thing. Like that
yep,
was almost unheard of. Paying anything more than $300 for a shoe, and you weren't like either heavy in the streets or famous or
right,
whatever. Like, dog, you wild. $500, like, nigga, that's rent. Well,
right.
back then.
Back then, for sure.
you know,
Definitely not now.
yeah. So I get it. Again, we've all got regrets. I feel like everybody in the comments, we all got a shoe that's like, damn, man, I really should have. I zigged when I should have zagged on that one. I'll take one
Man,
of my
pull
dad's
the trigger.
first.
Yep.
So, I told you about the shattered backboards and the Chicago's.
I got a fun
Like I
story about those. The shattered backboards. I actually had a guest pass to the ES store, which I get every now and then. I got a friend of mine who works there, and he'll give me a guest pass every now and then when he gets them. And so I just so happened to be in there, and they restocked the shattered backboards. So coming out of there, they were like $88 a piece. And this particular day, it was 3 pair per person.
man.
And I was looking, but tech suits had just got hot around that time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I came there in mind with a tech suit in mind. And so I said, man, I'm going to get my tech suit. I'll get those later.
Yeah,
And
that piece was still halfway new in 2015.
never got them. And, they shot up to 1,400, 1,300. And I was wanting them so bad. And then now they coming back around this year, which is hilarious. It's like, damn, they here. I never thought they would redrop, retro again. But
Yeah, you get a really good used pair of shattered backboards for like 300 now.
yeah, you can't. I was about to do that till I saw they were coming back out this year.
Hell, I still may do it because I've never. Again, that's and you haven't been in a while. You know what I'm saying? What I say, Jordan 1s was never no unattainable shoe. Like
No,
they were like dunks. Like, yeah, that's a Jordan 1. Like only the sneakerheads and the old dudes
know about those. Yep,
and care about them. The same
yep.
thing with the 2.
Same thing. Yeah.
I feel like the one, the start of the change was that band outlet situation. Do you have any stories about that?
No, I remember seeing them in the outlets, but I didn't. There wasn't, like you said back then. It wasn't something like, I knew what it was, but I can't remember what I bought. I think I saw those at Lebanon and Tennessee, Nashville. I went there and I saw those in there, and I forgot I bought another shoe other than that shoe, but I remember seeing those and was like, damn, that's because I remember I'm such a huge Jordan fan, I knew exactly what it was. Just like 2001, I think they retro the ones again, and so I remember it just like you said, walking in. My mom was school shopping. We walked in this old store we used to have called Marty's, and they had the Royal Jordan 1 on the wall, and they had the band with the black and red bread or whatever on the wall. and they were like $59.99. And so she always used to do this thing where she said you can get 2 pair of school shoes. So I was like, can both of those be, my school shoes? So she got them, but I remember wearing them to school, and I was the only one that knew the significance of them. But I didn't care because I was like, man, these the first ever Jordans. But everybody just walking past. Like now, if you got that, people will be like, oh shit, he got the ones on. But back then, like you said, nobody was really checking for ones. It was really, if it was one of those, if you know type of shoes.
Yeah. Like the shoegame.com reposted a status that I had. Shout out to my boy Rich, where I said if you were into Jordan 1s before 2011, you don't really care about mids. Like you don't mind them the way some people are like, I just can't wear mids. Yeah. Like I'm like, they were all made that.
Right.
No. So, it's one of those things. But I remember those days because, in 2001 they had, I'm not counting them Japan colorways, but in the USA, the bread and the navy white and silver came out on the same day, and then the all silver and the royals came out on a different day, where they came out in sets of 2. Now the breads and the white, navy, and silver, the Kodak JP color, they sold out in Cleveland.
Yeah,
they were. But the royals and the metallics sat forever, to the point where I went to Champs and I got both of them for $59.99 a piece. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It wasn't nothing. I'm like, man, this is the first Jordans.
Right. It's crazy to see how the hype is now on them. 10,000 pairs, and early they selling what, $1,800 right now. It's like, that's crazy.
But they had to do that. The way Jordans have been going, we've been in a cool off Jordan period probably since, especially with the ones, like, to me with the ones, that Brotherhood one was like the beginning of the end.
Yeah. Yep. It was.
But
that Brotherhood.
With the ones, I'll go back and say, the hype started with that band outlet thing, but it really started in 2013 with the OG highs. That mellow one with the Apple and those awful 2013 Chicago's kind of kicked off all of that.
With the Jumpman logo on the back.
Yeah, I remember me and my boy Zach, well, hell, he still does, because one of my old jobs, it's the only place in Cleveland that's getting them, Exhibition. So I used to work there for years, and just couldn't figure out. I'm like, this mellow one is made so well, but this Chicago is made so poorly. Like, this doesn't make any sense. Like the leather on here is soft. This leather is hard. Like, it just doesn't make sense. So, and that was the only time where the Royal trumped the bread and the Chicago in 2013. So that was a good year. That was probably the worst year to be in a store working releases, but as a shoe person, is probably one of the greatest years Jordan brand had, 2013.
It was.
But Jordans have been in a cool off period, so they had to make them limited. They just made them a GR. They wouldn't. I don't believe they would sell with the way things are now.
That's true. Yeah,
sell, but it's not gonna be like how it was.
That's what I guess I tell people now. It's like part of likes, because I love the Jordan brand so much, and I've been such a big fan. I like the fact that it's kind of like, I guess, bringing back the magic, so to speak. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it's like, dude, you making it where we damn near impossible to get. And then, like you say, I saw somebody come in, $250 for them. It's kind of like, damn, But then you see the video on what they say, how they made them, how they crafted them. You can appreciate that too. But, and guys like me, if I was able to get them at $250, of course I'm copying, no questions asked. But I can see where somebody says like, damn, $250. And I think that's what's happened a lot too. This cool off time, people, they got other shit to spend $250 on, especially in this economy. So I can see that too. But I'm glad to see the rollout, how they banned and everything. I bringing the kind of the excitement back. I wish they would bring back the OG clothes and flight suits and stuff like that. That would be cool to see. But I like
Yeah. I need them to bring back that shirt because they brought it back when they first retroed the Dunks in '99, but I haven't seen it since. Where it's the '80s shirt where it's like the shirt is hanging over your shoulder and it's the shoe. It's like a
yeah,
drawing of the shoe or
yeah.
whatever. I need that. I need them because I had that shirt when I was a kid too. Um, I need them to do that. But honestly, too. And again, we're old. Jordan
Right.
1 is an $80 shoe.
Yes, sir.
An $80 shoe. So to think that they're going for for oh man, almost
With tax damn near
yeah,
$300. Like, come on.
I
Man.
mean like four times almost four times what the shoe is worth. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I actually have a pair of Jordan 1s right here. These random things right
Oh
here.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I wish I
Yeah.
had to win
North
a pair with
Carolina.
yeah.
Yep, those were dope.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, 250 is it's quite a tag. But when you look at it, all the other 85s, other than the ones in that airship pack, you can just get them. The Georgetowns, the neutral grays,
Black and
black
whites. Yeah.
and whites, you can just get them. They're regular shoes. They don't have any value. So they had to do it.
I would love to see a UNC 85. I know we're getting a reimagined UNC this year, but I would love to see a UNC 85. That would be dope.
Other than a fresh pair of Chicago's, a pair of shattered backboards, that's the only other Jordan 1 that I need is that 2015 Chicago. And UNC. And they're cheap. Because that was a $500 shoe at one point. But
Yeah.
I'm watching a pair now for like 150.
Damn.
So, yeah, yeah.
You're going to go
Think for,
grab.
oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I said, you're going to go grab them. You're thinking about grabbing them?
Maybe. Probably.
Man, like I was telling you, man, the one thing I really need, my life would be complete. That magic weapon, Lakers weapon, man. I would love to see that. Love to see that, but
Yeah, you and me both, man.
hopefully they can work something out. But
So what people have been doing, I've seen a few people do this. So there is a white and purple alternate pair that Magic wore that Converse did come out with.
yeah,
I've seen a couple dudes just paint them.
could do that. That's I saw them on the site the other day. I just went on there and just said, "Let me look and see," just to be seeing. But
Yeah.
don't get Chris started.
Yeah. Hey, same thing with you, Roy, with your damn Still Gray Tids with the toe cap. Nah, man. I had a pair that I could have had because I posted them a little while back. Like, hey, somebody's selling the Magics and they're in a 9.5. They're on offer up for $115.
Damn.
Somebody I knew bought them because he was an
Yeah.
8.5. He's like, I'm gonna go with the 9.5. They ended up being a 12.
Damn.
They ended up being a 12. So I'm like, well, his name is Max. I'm like, Max, let me get the 12, man. I mean, you can't do that with you. 8.5.
Yeah.
He ended up already making a deal before I contacted him with somebody from the U Hip to the OG support group.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
So he made a deal with the Scholar Kid, and the Scholar Kid is getting them.
Ah.
I sent him a pair that were 8.5 that my dude Max needed, so they was able to work that out.
Yeah.
So I blame myself because I could have just been like, this isn't a UK 9.5, is it? It's a real 9.5. And
Right.
he could back like, these are actually a 12. I would have bought that shit instantly because he had the box,
Yeah.
the pins, the bag, the shoes. He had it all. So I got lucky and I got the Complex Con pair of weapons. Some kid was just selling them on Macari for $60. Couldn't believe it. They were dead stock and everything. But
Yeah.
I need those Magics. I don't care how many pairs of them, the old ones I have. I need I need that new pair. So I don't know. I was I was pretty despondent for a few days behind that. I'm like, I could have had them.
I think I saw you post the birds, and it made me get on the Converse site. And I bought the birds, seeing that you had posted about them, and so I just immediately was like, I know they coming out with Magic next, But once I saw they did the limited run for just the friends and family, I was like, come on, man, they gotta know we want the Magics.
It's like the Chicago one of weapons.
It is,
Like
yeah,
it's the most popular color because you know from Converse and Nike corporate people, it's it's I've gotten all kinds of because I've asked at least 5 or 6 different people higher ups like what's up with this, what's going on, and I'm like, you can get Bernard King's colorway right now on Oneness,
right.
and you can get Converse overseas. They brought back the birds. It just doesn't make any sense. But I'm still holding out hope that they'll come back eventually.
I figure they're gonna figure out something, especially it's the most popular one. They'll figure out something. Hopefully.
Like the birds, I mean, you can get them again now, but they were sold out in regular men's sizes for months.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's with them having the Rick Owens Larry Birds and all these other versions of it. Like Magic's pair would definitely sell out. Like I bought 5 pairs of the Larry Birds. I'd have probably bought 8 to 10 pairs of Magics.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I would definitely have to get multiples of the Magics just because.
Because that's my favorite player.
Yeah, man.
He's the only person that I put ahead of Jordan.
Yeah. Yeah. I got you. I know. I mean, like, who did I see say that recently? And I was like, people sleep on Magic. I mean,
Scott,
winning a ring as a rookie, and then, people throw up, oh, he had Kareem. Hey, Kareem was out that 7th game. And, who would have had the balls to step up and say, have no fear, Magic is here. The way he did, and he played all 5 positions. And, like, people sleep on that for sure. Like, Magic is up there for sure.
Yeah, I mean, even though I really hate that Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen are at odds because that's like my childhood. It's like,
yeah, me too.
Feeling the way that Puffy has gone down the way he has. Like that's my adolescence.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna knock music. I just separate the music from the person. But
right.
You hate to see them fighting. You hate to see Hall and Oates fighting. You know what I mean? Like stuff you grew up with. You hate to see it, but I did agree with what Scotty said about Magic. Because to me, Magic could affect the game like Jordan without having the ball in his hands all the time.
That's true. Yeah.
I have most of his Converses. There are only like 2 that I'm missing. So Magic. I've gotten to meet him twice. So
damn, you got a chance to meet Magic.
Yeah.
I got to show you something I got made. I said you'll appreciate it.
Oh.
Let me get it because you probably know the photo from it too. My boy has his own t-shirt shop that he makes t-shirts, and so I saw this photo and I really wanted it bad. I couldn't find it, so I had it made.
Oh, the basketball camp. Yeah. I've seen it's a picture with him, Isaiah, and Mark Aguirre, and they all got on different colors of that shirt.
Yeah. I had to get that made, dude. I said, that's so dope, man. I got to get that made.
I might have to hit you up and said you some money, man. Like, hey, have them make me a 2X of that. You know what I'm saying? A purple one and a yellow one.
Yeah, I actually need a 2X. I got bigger since then, so I need to get a 2X, man.
Yeah, man. Okay.
So how do you do with when you see the younger crew now and the new guys hate on the old school? Because with me, it boils my blood, dude.
There's always going to be a divide. Like, I have a 16-year-old son, and maybe about 2 or 3 years ago, he tried to hit me with that shit where the kids were saying that Jordan didn't have a left hand, and I'm done with the '90s and all of that.
All that
But
bullshit.
you know, there's always going to be a divide. It's always going to be that way
Yeah.
with music, with sports, with television. It's always going to be a divide. And, you know, you can watch Jordan on YouTube, but it's still not like we got to seeing him.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Where, you know, the last 3 championships were ninth, 10th, and 11th grade. So I remember those
Right.
well. Before my wife and I broke up, she used to talk shit. Shit, she still does. Like, nigga, how many times are you gonna look at The Last Dance?
Man.
But I'm like, it's 11th grade. I remember they had the right music. They got Outkast. They got Big Pun on there. Like, it's like back in time.
It's some of the best stuff, man. We got it right in the pandemic. And I don't know about you, like, it motivates the shit out of me. I watch The Last Dance and I'm ready to run through a wall or something. Like, it's just like,
Yeah.
dude, motivate. And like you said, that nostalgia, you remember that time. For you, I think it was middle school for me. So I really, really, really remember it. And it just was dope to get that. And you don't get too many Jordan documentaries with him in it, you know, around this time, because he's, you know, more private and stuff. So it was cool to see and get his, you know, perspective on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and it was cool because, you know, after years of watching Come Fly With Me and Michael Jordan's Playground, Airtime, to see him on there cussing and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just that it was it was like uncut. It was almost like
everybody a hoe.
Yeah. It was like BET Uncut, but NBA version or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, had Dennis Rodman on there with the hose. It was different. Seeing him in a different light, like it was great. Because you know, you seen all the videos. You know how prim and proper and clean cut they were.
Yeah.
You know, like I remember watching Airtime. And Jordan was saying to Charles Barkley, "How you like that ass kicking we gave you?" I was surprised they put ass in there. You know,
right.
1992, 93.
Dude, I see somebody say, "Come fly with me." So that explains too how I like the love I have, like Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan. When I was younger, my dad was into recording. Everybody was at the time, VHS tapes, and so he had a VHS tape where he had the '83 Thriller premiere on the front. It was like the very first thing you saw on the VHS tape. As soon as that cuts off, he dubbed "Come Fly With Me" starts. And then after that is NBA Superstars and Dazzling Dunks, basketball bloopers. So it's like that. I watched those 3 things my whole, like, over and over and over again. So that's like my love for 80s basketball, Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan. It's like it's nothing else you can tell me about those 3, you know.
So Marcus, NBA Superstars 1 is what made me start liking basketball when I was a kid.
Damn.
That's
crazy.
Like I still.
It's like the Magic Johnson with the Janet Jackson control in the background.
Larry Bird with the John Mellencamp, Michael Jordan with Berlin.
Yes, sir.
You know, Charles Barkley, like.
Yeah.
Charles Barkley with that Scandal music and the way they filmed that, like I thought Charles Barkley was a fucking maniac. So when I heard him talking, he was like, "Yeah, we're gonna win." I'm like, I expected to be like, "Yeah, we gonna win." What the fuck, you know? So I'm like, he was. You seen it? They had him like he was a maniac up there.
Yeah.
You know, more like this and all this, you know. Oh man, NBA Superstars is
man. That's a video, man. I watch that now, man. I can sometimes tear up sometimes, because like, and then my pops, that's what we watched together. Like, he would watch that stuff with me over and over and over again. So that's like, man, that's why I can't. People like, man, you can't let go of the '80s and all that old shit. I'm like, dude, that's what I know. You know, that's what my pops brought me up on. So
yeah, like loving '80s music the way you and I do.
Yeah.
I can't hear those songs without thinking of those videos.
Uh-huh. Yep.
If you listen to Janet Jackson Control, like on the album, it's a whole different cut than the one that's on there. That's like a
Yeah.
radio edit or something. But whenever I hear it, I think of
Yeah.
Magic. You know.
Throwing those no look passes and
Yeah.
yeah, that's dope, man. I still watch that to this day, man.
That at the beginning where he stole the ball from Kevin McHale and he dunked it, and then like froze for a second, like.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. NBA Superstars is what kicked it off. Like
Yeah.
I remember I had that shit in fourth grade.
Yeah.
Dominique Wilkins with the Yanni music.
Man, I was just about to say Dominique. Yep.
Oh man.
Oh,
And
what they have? Bird had the
yeah, John Mellencamp. He had Small Town.
yeah, Small Town. Yep.
Yeah.
French. Yep.
Yeah. Like, and that what's crazy is I can show you my YouTube history. I've been watching that Dr. J one a lot lately for some reason. You know.
Yeah.
That was like one of my, because it was the last one. It was like my least favorite one when I was a kid. I love that shit now.
Yeah, me too, man.
You know, it shows kids.
I watched it a couple years ago. I think during the pandemic, you know, you just stuck in the house trying to find something. I started watching old shit that I used to watch when I was younger. And I came across those videos and I was like a little kid in there, man, watching that stuff.
I still have the VHS tapes. They ain't here, but I do have this. Let me grab this right quick. So just in case the internet ever goes out, I can still watch it on TV.
Yeah, that's it right there. That's it.
Now, did you ever mess with Superstars too?
Yeah.
Mike Jordan with the Patti LaBelle music and
Yep.
Tim Hardaway and Chris Mullin with Rex and Effects.
Yes, sir.
I also got this. The Super Slabs.
Oh, yeah.
You know. So yeah, man. Yeah, that's
old shit.
Perfect
Man.
mix of 80s music and 80s basketball. You know what I'm saying? And I remember all of them all of the stuff with Jordan, he either had the ones or the twos on. It was mainly the twos.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
They showed him, held the ball up, and he faked out Cliff Levingston, dunked on Tree Rollins with the twos on.
Yeah. And stared at him. Yep.
Oakley pointing at him and shit. So
my boy Oak Tree.
Yeah.
That's my favorite Jordan too, man. I like my favorite era of Jordan is like the gold chain, low haircut, short, dunking on anybody for any given reason. You know, that's my favorite Jordan. It's just something. The swag was through the roof too, boy. Like who would wear the warm up suits in the dunk contest, the '85 dunk contest? Like,
yeah, them niggas ain't like that shit. That's why they froze them out.
I think that may be when Zeke was like, man, who is this nigga, man?
Who does he think he is? I'm winning, Magic winning, Bird winning. The fuck?
Yeah.
See, that's natural because I feel like it'd be like if we was somewhere, you know, OG sneakerheads and this little nigga come in with some Travis Scotts and everybody like, oh, it's like, what the fuck? It's just human nature.
Yeah.
You know. But speaking of which, I was gonna show these. I came up on these today. This is a Plato's find. These bitches could have came out in the 80s.
They definitely could. Definitely could. I saw my guy Mike Rich, man, he added some sail laces into them.
Ooh.
So dope. The match that like sail midsole.
Mm-hmm.
That was a dope look. But yeah, those definitely could have came out of the 80s for sure.
Yeah. Some of the shit, man, I really think that some of the shit we get, especially with the 12s and 13s, a lot of those are just PEs and samples. They just making in the real shoes. I really like it was a Black Hat 13 probably in 97 or 98.
Right.
You know. But all right. So now's the part of the show where I ask either or questions. I haven't followed my normal itinerary or anything, but I'm enjoying this, man.
Yeah, me too.
It's good. So you being from Memphis, not counting if anybody is dead or alive.
Oh man, here we go.
Yo Gotti.
Ah, damn, come on, man.
Now, Gotti will have a song or a feature here and there. I've never liked him and I've always liked Dolph better.
Yeah.
Where do you stand on this?
I say this. So I came up on Gotti more, because of my age. But I can tell you this right now, if you look at my playlist, it's all Dolph, Key Glock. Like it's something about the latest Gotti stuff hasn't been like it was as far as like when he like the old school Gotti. But Dolph, I just like his selection of beats. I like his the vibe to this type of music better recently. So I would have to go Dolph now. That's who I listen to the most. But 5 years ago, if you would have asked me, it would have been Gotti all day. That's who I grew up on. That's who I remember. But lately, it's been a lot of Dolph. Like it's been like, man, I can't, him and Key Glock, they just ain't been missing for me. So
Yeah, like I feel like I fuck with Big X the Plug because he reminds me of Dolph in his delivery and his voice.
yeah, yeah. I hear that.
The excuse me, that deep ass
Yeah,
voice. Yeah. So,
man, you asked the tough one right off the rip. Woo.
it's all gonna be tough, man, but it's all good though. All right, so Black Cement 3 or Black Cement 4?
Oh shit!
It's only one choice. There's only one right choice. Marcus.
Three.
Three.
Black Cement 3.
Three.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm Black Cement 4.
Are you
Yeah.
4? Okay. I went with the 3 being that's the shoe, I guess you could say, that saved the Jordan brand. So that's the
Fair.
only thing I pick because I love the 4s too. But I was like, if I have to pick one, I'll go with the 3s.
Yeah. 8 Ball and MJG or 3-6 Mafia?
Oh man. 3-6. I gotta go 3-6.
Going with 3-6. Okay. See, I'm lucky. Like being from Cleveland, all we really have is Bone. Like, you got random niggas like Ray Cash.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But Dolly, even though technically he's a little further out in Cleveland, but we don't really have nobody to choose.
Yeah.
All right. Magic or LeBron?
Magic.
Okay. I didn't even have to think about it. Okay.
Fair. Yeah.
Fair enough. All right. On a shoe, colorway wise, Bread or UNC?
Bread.
Okay. All right.
Man, you got some good ones, boy.
Penny or LeBron?
Penny.
Okay. That could have went either way.
Yeah. It could. And that's I don't, people obviously because you big Jordan fan, old school guy, they right away they think you hate LeBron. And I honestly don't. It's kind of like the Stephen A thing. Like, dude, I got him top 5, top 3, when I go down the greatest, like I don't disrespect, but it's just what I've seen, I got Jordan, Magic, these type of guys, these guys I look at, I'm like, man, I got roll with them any day. But I do love, like they said, off the court stuff, you can't argue with that, with LeBron at all. And I really like, that whole role model stuff. But when it comes to everything else, I roll with my old school. I live and die with them.
Okay. Line up or raffle?
Line up.
Okay.
I miss capping out and lining up for sneakers. I love that whole experience.
Okay. Concord 11 or Bread 11?
I'll go Concord just because that's the first one. There would a lot of these would be a tie for me, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna go answer them.
Okay. OVO Jordans or Cactus Jack Jordans?
Cactus Jack.
Okay.
I think Drake, man, I believe he could have really did some more creatively with his shoes. I like some of the black and gold. It seemed like his shoes are either all white or either all black. And I think he could have did a lot more with his persona. Like he came out with some what is the he did some Air Force Ones. There was the name of the album.
Oh, the
But they
certified.
certified level boy, but they were like just plain all white. And I remember my wife was saying, looking at the album cover where he had all the emojis of the pregnant women in the different colors, she was like, man, he could have did something like that with the Air Max. It could have been, just dope. But a lot of people like the, plain look, but I just feel like he could come a little bit more creatively. And I actually I've been a big Travis Scott fan since before he started with the Jordan deal. So, and a lot of those I like. Some of them I don't like, but I take Cactus Jack.
Okay. Penny or McGrady?
Penny.
Still Penny. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Fair.
Yeah.
Fair enough. This is a good one. Neon 95 or Blue Phone Posit?
Oh, damn. Shit.
I don't know how I would answer that one myself.
Man. Oh, damn. Now you need to be like Drink Champs, where you got to take a shot. I'd be drunk right now. I'm gonna go Penny. I'm gonna stay with Penny, man, with the whole team.
Okay. All right. All right. That'll be the well, I got one more for you.
Okay.
So you chose 3-6 over 8-Ball and MJG.
Yeah.
So you picking chapter 2 or 66-61? You can only listen to one of them.
66-61.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's I can go. That's one of the few albums that you can just let it play for me and just go through the whole thing. Okay. That's one of the ones for me.
One last one.
Okay.
Gangsta Boo or Lil Chat?
Gangsta Boo.
Figured as much.
Gangsta.
Yeah. All right. So, with the way the shoe game is now, we've seen a lot. We've seen first come, first serve. We've seen sneaker riots. We've seen everything go digital. It's harder to get the experience. It's harder to make relationships because everything is so digitized.
Right.
How do you make relationships in the shoe game? Even though you're in Memphis, but with all that access. But how do you make and maintain your relationships with the sneaker people?
Man, I still got some good relationships. I make relationships with people. I say sneaker groups because I'm always searching for certain kicks that, like for instance, I when the Grinches came out a couple years ago, of course I struck out on Sneakers app and then was searching in the group. It's like, man, I got a certain amount for a size 11. So I ended up meeting this guy that's in Vegas, and he had a couple of pairs from a boutique out there, and so now me and him talk on the inbox regularly, just about sneakers or about any other, thing, and he'll tell me I got these in, and so it's making relationships like that, or you might meet people on eBay, and you talk to them because I like to inbox people and ask them about the shoes and stuff like that before I buy them, and so once they get to talking and seeing the knowledge of sneakers and stuff, if they have a similar knowledge, we usually, like, hey, well, follow me on Instagram or, this type of thing. So I like meeting sneakerheads. They, just like this conversation, we've never talked before, but immediately like that, a lot of stuff clicks. So that's what I love about meeting people in the sneaker game. Some of my closest friends I've met, sneaker game. I see my guy, Toon Grimy on here. We met doing sneakers, and now we, close friends, support each other's brand and stuff. So I love meeting other sneakerheads and stuff and start relationships. Pretty cool.
Okay. You know, on the sidebar, every now and then, since we're talking about NBA superstars, the Hakeem video,
Yeah.
it is just playing in my head every now and then with the fucking Kubo D music.
Yeah. Sure.
Oh man.
But I like to go back every now and then and watch it's a video on YouTube of what he did when David Robinson won that MVP. Man.
He had him on the string, man.
Woo! Dude. I love to just watch it, just the way he was sitting and just looking while he was getting that award. It was like man, he don't know what's coming, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, he had them two strongs working. He had them smoke coming out the joints. He was killing David Robinson.
Yes,
Uh
sir.
yeah. Um yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I've never there's only been a few people I've actually talked to about NBA superstars. That's great.
Yeah,
That's
me too. I've
man.
always thought, I said, man, ain't nobody gonna know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Because there was other videos I used to fuck with, but that was always my favorite. Like you had dazzling dunks and basketball bloopers. You had awesome endings, which was really good.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, yeah, those were good times. Um, so since the pandemic, we'll say since 2020, we'll put that as a benchmark. What's the hardest L that you've taken? Like I can't believe I don't have these. For me, it's the lost and founds, but there's something that's not limited that should have just been able to be had. Between that and the, I have every other version of it. I wasn't able to get to 2020 Flint 13 either.
Damn.
Now I've had chances since, but it was always something better to get.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, because I was working for Foot Locker at that time, and unfortunately, I was in a dead mall, and our Foot Locker we still got new releases, but we were like part outlet, part regular Foot Locker. It's a small, I think they recently tore down in Cleveland called Richmond Town Square. But I was just like, well, I didn't really put any footwork in. I'm like, we'll be back open by May 30th.
Yeah.
Should get them. It's full family because you know how we do. If it's full family, that means it's generally going to be a lot of them. It's not going to be hard to get.
Right.
You know, it's full family. It shouldn't be that hard. And once they sold out the way they did and you couldn't get them, that's when I knew shit was different.
Mm-hmm. Same here. I would say the Flint 13s for me, and then the Fire Red 3s. I think I actually hit on them on finish line, so I had them reserved. But that same day, I had like a car issue happen. One of those things where it happened. So it's like, man, I got to focus on trying to get this ride back up and running. And it was like I'll get them, and they not expensive at all, but it's just a shoe. When I see it, I'm like, damn, I got to go back and get that shoe. And the Flint 13s, I won them on finish line, went and picked them up. And then I had a partner of mine who really, 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 really wanted that shoe. He was a size 11. And so I was like, man, I'll sell you mine for retail. And I was like, it'll be easy because it's a full family. I'll be able to get them on a restock or something. And then, like you said, we couldn't get them. And so now I'm like, I got to get the Flint 13s. I got to get the Fire Red 3s. It's like always in the back of my mind, but so much other shit is coming out. You end up still pushing them to the back and like, I can get them, but I definitely got to get those two since the pandemic for sure.
Yeah, like these and these I found today at a Plato's Closet, right? So I'm figuring I'll be able to find a Flint 13 at a Plato's Closet eventually. Like somebody needs some money or something, or I don't have the last Fire Red 3 either. I have the 07 and the 13, but I need that 22. But I just didn't want it at the time. I'm like,
Yeah.
you know how that be.
Yeah, you like get it, or like you said, so many shoes come out. You focused on this shoe more than you are that shoe, and then you like, well, damn, I need to get that shoe.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay. Now on the flip, what's the biggest win that you've had since the pandemic started?
Man, the people probably saw this video, but I hit on the Chunky Dunkies for $30.
What?
one of my guys, he has a boutique in Houston, and so they had just started at that time, and they opened, and so they bought a sneaker. They won on sneakers, a size 10, and so they did a raffle for it to kind of get everybody eyes on their page and stuff. And to this day, people think they're like, man, it was fixed because I know the guy. But I actually, they did $10 raffle tickets. I bought 3 of them, and I got it. I got it. The whole thing recorded because my wife was like, "I'm gonna record this. What if you win?" And stuff. He said, "Damn, my nigga won this bitch," and he was like, "Marcus Carter," and so I was like, "Damn," and so that was like one of the biggest. That's the biggest win probably of life.
Mm.
I immediately sold that thing, the StockX. I can't lie.
You
I
said
had to cash that in.
you cashed it in?
Yeah, I had to.
What wasn't the size you could wear?
Right. And then I tried for the longest for like a month here. You know, I told you in Memphis things just magically show up in people's hands. So
Mm.
people kept having no box pairs, but it was like small sizes. I guess those are the sizes that, you know, they could do whatever with. And so nobody come across a size 11, a size 11. And so I was like, man, I'm just going to go on, sell it and pocket that money. So I did. That's what I ended up doing.
I got you. I think since the pandemic, mine will probably be, and I still like, I'm a complainer. I don't mean
Oh,
to be part of who I am. Like, Nike had gave me exclusive access to the Fragment Travis Scott's
what?
and the hoodie. So I was able to get them, and what was crazy was like, oh, I guess it was meant for me to get it. But 3.5 is kind of, or 3.5. A 3X is kind of big for me in a hoodie, and you know them $120 Nike hoodies, they be heavy.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but I my my ex-wife was like, look at the back, it's got Jordan on it, and I'm like, well, I guess I'll get the hoodie too.
Yeah.
So but I still was mad. I'm like, hey man, I had to pay full price for these, but I'm like, you know, fine.
So you still got
Yeah,
them?
they're here.
Dude, that's the Travis Scott I want, the like probably the most, the high top. I want, or is this the low top or the high
This is the
top?
low top.
The low
This is the
top.
low.
Okay. I got the low top. I want that high, but I had to pay resale for the lows I got.
Yeah,
You got them for retail. That's a win for sure.
yeah. I wish I had the hoodie here, but it's in storage. I'm not even gonna try to dig for it.
Yeah.
So, um, now with with you having a lot of shoes, I'm assuming you have a lot of clothes as well.
Yeah.
So, what are your feelings on? Because I have kind of mixed feelings on this. I usually lean more towards no. What are your feelings on shoe specific apparel?
It depends on, with me, it's simple. If it's dope or not. I like to, if for like those fragments, I came across on eBay the Travis Scott fragment shirt. It's like the short sleeve shirt for a good like steal. Like a dude wanted $75 for it. He said he was moving or something to that nature. So I was like, okay, let me get that. But other than that, I don't have to have it. Like I said, if it's dope, I'll get it. But like the Union, I was able to fortunate to get the both Union Jordan ones, the LA. I actually did that with the stimulus package. Both stimulus packages we got, I used one to get one Union, the other to get the other Union. So I got those, and I actually like those clothes that came out with those sneakers, but they were so hard to get, and now it's damn near impossible to find that first Union Jordan line. But those were the ones I was like, man, I wish I could get. You know, some they had a shirt with Jordan with the gold chains on, and it was like a black smoky type of vintage shirt. I want that shirt so bad, but I can't find it anywhere. So just pick
Yeah.
on if I like it or not.
Yeah, I always say it doesn't really happen with Jordans, but I have what's called the I call it the sneaker vortex, where and the clothes one is even worse. But with the shoes, it's mainly some runners and trainers where they'll come out. It'll be like a random trainer. It'll be a Air Metal Max, or it'll be a To me, the speed turf was like that the first time at Retro, where it came out, was out, and then it was just gone.
Yeah.
I always say shoes go on the Vortex where you know they came out, and it's not a matter of the money. You just can't
Right.
shoot. And I feel like
Right.
clothes end up like that
They
too,
do. They
where,
do.
like, for instance, when Nike came out with all that Just Do It stuff in 2018 with Kaepernick and
Yeah.
all that,
Yeah. Yeah.
we had these hoodies at Hibbett that they looked like off-white hoodies, but they were regular Nike hoodies.
Yeah. I remember that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, I have them in my watch list because I had to settle for extra larges because I was too stupid to not buy the 2X's. But
Yeah.
the clothes end up in the Vortex too, but that leads to my point on, I feel like when these collaborators collaborate with these brands, they make them make inline stuff, like Ghostwrite inline stuff, if they do the collab stuff.
Yeah.
Like those Just Do It Air Force Ones and Air Max Ones, like, they look like Virgil made them.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, we had a bunch of stuff with Nike Air and just a black box where it looked like Kith. You know, I'm like, these guys have to be doing this.
Right. On purpose. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, we'll let you collab, but we got to make some inline stuff for us too, where it'll look like you made it, but it won't be like you made it.
Right. I've recently started getting into the clothes. I found so it's not an actual 85 flight suit, but back in maybe 2018, they came out with the like a flight suit, the jacket, and then they came out with the pants. And so I found them online at what's that overseas site? N.com.
Mm-hmm.
They had them, and so it's funny because I bought the pants, and that's before I realized the overseas sizing, and so I bought them too small, and so I had to send that back to get my 2XL. But that started me to wanting like more OG clothes and stuff to go with the sneakers. And that's something like I said, I used to see you know, all the time. You had certain shirts that you really can't find anywhere to go with certain sneakers. And so now it's kind of cool to look back on Grailed or eBay or these places and find like a 1992 Jordan Crew Net, you know, or something, and you know, wear that. So,
you know where I used to find a lot of stuff like that?
Where at? Burlington Coat Factory. Never would have thought of that.
Like, I tried to, I don't know. Well, technically, I guess they did, but before the pandemic, they were coming out with a lot of stuff like that. Like you said, 2018. I say from maybe 2016 to 2020, they had a lot of the jacket to go with the 4s, the 3s.
Yeah.
They had a jacket with the wings from the 2 box on like the shoulders.
Yeah.
We had the color at Foot Locker, so I bought all of them. Everything up to the 6. I wanted the 7 jacket, but they didn't come out with it. But I love shit like that. I just don't be wanting to pay for it. That's why I've always been lucky finding Nike shit at Burlington.
Damn, I never would have thought to look there.
Like the last thing I found, this was actually this past summer. They only had one, and it was a 3X. So it was like, well, I guess I gotta get it. They had a Jordan North Carolina Authentic.
Yeah.
And it was there. And it was $39.99. I'm like, well, I can't leave this for $40. But that's how much I'm paying for those jackets. Yeah. You know, them jackets is like 100, 120. They'd be $39.99. I got my 4 jacket and one of my 5 jackets from Burlington. So definitely don't forget about closeout. Now I know Nike moved away from that, but they back in now. I was in Burlington the other day, and they had some Giannis's in there and a bunch of clothing. So
check that out. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Ross and Burlington are good. Every now and then, TJ Maxx and Marshalls get stuff, but they don't really do 2X's like they used to before the pandemic. So yeah. But I forgot to ask you, what did you wear today? Did you break out anything today?
Well, at my job, it's like business casual, so I have my work shoes I wear during the week because we're pretty much something comfortable because I do a lot of walking.
Gotcha.
That's the only thing I hate. Since I've gotten older, I could wear sneakers at my job, but we walk so much over that hospital looking at tickets and stuff for IT. And so recently my heels have started to bother me
Mm.
wearing sneakers. Like I have to wear insoles now when I wear my sneakers on the weekends.
You got
And so,
fasciitis?
huh?
Oh, bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. You got plantar fasciitis?
I think so. I haven't went to the doctor yet for it, but from my research, I'm like, maybe that's what it is. But yeah, my wife was like, man, if you could wear your sneakers to work, you'd be killing it every day, you know. But I know my feet would be hurting more.
Yeah. So I've recovered from it this time, but a couple years ago, I had recovered from plantar fasciitis, and my medicine ball trainer threes like reactivated them,
Damn.
and that's such
How did you
pretty.
recover?
It's the only trainer three. I have a lot of trainer threes. It's the only one that does that.
Yeah. Damn.
Just that one.
What did
Like,
you recover from, if you don't mind me asking?
what did I
Yeah.
do?
Yeah.
Um, my doctor gave me this. Well, I mean, I had to wear insoles, but she
Uh-huh.
gave me it's like this ball that you put your heel on and you flex your heel on it, and it's got these bumps on it. I used to do it every day, and it kind of, I guess, helped the muscle retract or whatever like that. So yeah, it helps, but it took a little while for that to happen.
Yeah. But your medicine ball brought it right back, though.
Yeah, I haven't worn it. Like that's, I think we all have this. We have shoes that we kind of have to have them more so than wanting to wear them like the Air Up. When I retroed it,
Mm-hmm.
it was such a bad retro. It was that weird vinyl. It wasn't like the OG, but it's like it's a penny. So it's like I gotta have it. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
the Air Go LWP is really a Tim Hardaway shoe, but Penny wore it too. So it's
Right.
like I gotta have it. And
Right. Right.
Penny wore the white one. I never seen him wear the black, white, and a blue one. Just Tim Hardaway. But um, yeah. All right. All right. So you're Memphis. You obviously love Penny. What's your favorite Penny?
Air Max, Air Max One Orlando.
Wow.
Yeah.
Over the two.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, over the two. I like that. I do wish they would come back with the twos, the black colorway of them with the swoosh on it, the correct swoosh on it.
Mm-hmm.
I really wish they would come back with those. But yeah, that Air Max Orlando One was my favorite as a kid.
Yeah. I don't understand why the black and blue Penny 2 hasn't been retroed. I don't get it. They've done the All Star in the Atlantic Blue
Yeah,
twice. Technically, Atlantic Blue has been retro 3 times.
right.
Um,
I've been wondering that too, man. I was like, it's got to be, coming. I would want, and I see Pete. I don't remember the exact year the last time they did retro, but I know those go for a good amount, a
yeah,
good pair of them. So, like, they got to be coming soon. You would think.
yeah, they haven't been out since 2008.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, 2008. Yep.
Because I have my OG pair from high school, but I have that pair too. When I wear that pair, I'll be walking light. Same thing with
Yeah.
my Ergo LWPs. I'll be walking light, like nothing crazy. I'll be heartbroken if something happens to them. Just like I didn't get the new Orlando, I still have the pair from 2011, so I'll be
uh,
walking that one too. They usually come
yeah.
out once a summer, just once.
Yeah. I got the 11 pair, and then I got the new
Mm-hmm.
pair that came. So I got both of those.
Since I couldn't get the new pair at the time, I ended up overpaying and paying retail for the social status pair with the swooshes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Those bitches came out in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Still haven't worn them.
Still Diaz. Yep.
I've worn my father got me the social status penny too, the black one for Christmas, 2-3 years ago, and I've worn them. That's probably the closest. That's the closest thing we've gotten to the black one.
Right.
That, but I need them to bring back all of those foot action penny fours. Do you remember any of those?
The penny fours, you said?
The foot action colors.
Foot action colors. I'm trying to remember.
So they were all black based. They had a Phoenix Suns one.
Yeah.
They had a black, white, and royal for Orlando, and they had a Chicago one.
I remember the Chicago's, and I remember the Phoenix Suns. I got the Phoenix Suns ones. I bought those because I remember seeing them at that time. Somebody had them on their feet, and it was one of those things where it's like, oh, those the pit, like, where'd you get those? You know what I'm saying? And so and it was like, yeah, they in Foot Locker. I mean, Champs, whatever. I was like, oh, I gotta go get those. And so got those, and I wanted the Chicago's, but never could get them. I see somebody asking about the Galaxies in a couple of weeks. I know somebody that has a couple of pairs right now, no box pairs, but they want an extreme amount for them, and I want the box and everything, you know. So if I was to get,
tell me about this. I mean, I know what it means, but tell me about this no box pairs thing. So that's a thing down there.
Yes, it is.
So you already kind of know what it is without knowing.
Yeah.
No box pairs.
Yeah. They float around, and you know, sometimes I haven't bought them in a while just because now I want my whole box. I want the experience of the whole thing, especially don't pay that much. But yeah, they do float around in no box pairs for sure on certain sneakers. It's usually the hype stuff, really.
Yeah, I would. I mean, I've held pairs of them in my hand before. Whenever I've been able to come across them for a decent price, they were always too big.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know that I have to have those.
The Galaxies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want a pair, but it's not something that if I'm not able to get them, then you know it's okay. On to the next, you know. So there's so much stuff coming out. It's like, and then you know, with me with YouTube, I try to get some stuff to get content on and stuff like that. So I've been really trying to plan this year out, like what I'm, because it's so much coming out.
Yeah. But yeah, I need them to bring back all of those penny fours with the Phoenix Suns, with all of those colors, especially the Orlando. Because I don't know if you remember in 2016 they gave us that other black and blue one with just a little blue line. It was cool,
yeah,
but it wasn't as good as black and blue one that came out 98,
right.
99.
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
So yeah. I only wore mine a few times, and you would think I wore them bitches for like years at a time. The way the bottom is yellow. Right. I was like, God, I've only worn these 3 or 4 times. So, got you. I'll tell you what Galaxy shoe I do want. I'm not saying it's on the level of the foam, but I always wanted Galaxy Flight 1s.
Those were dope.
Yeah.
Super dope. Yeah.
I always wanted those. Of course, the Galaxy Kobe's, the KD's. I have the Big Bangs, but since they've retro, they don't feel the same to me.
Yeah.
Like, everybody got them now.
The Kobe's coming back this year?
You said what about the Kobe's?
Are you excited about those coming back this year?
Nah, because that's a shoe that kept me exclusive. Like, I have the old pair. I don't want niggas to just be walking around with the bitches, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's all good. My ex-wife wants them, so I'll probably try for her for that.
I guess you felt like that about the Wu-Tang Dunks too, huh?
Nah, I actually wanted those, and I wasn't able to get them. It's just something about Kobe. Like, I love Kobe.
Yeah.
Right. Magic is my favorite player, but, you know, Kobe is in that same ilk with Jordan and Dr. J. And, you know, Nick did not fuck with Kobe for years.
Man. Yeah.
Did not fuck with his shoes.
Right.
So
Line.
because they all hyped up, now you niggas want to wear Kobe's because he died.
Yep.
You
That
know,
show. Sure. I remember
or
that they used to sit. Yep.
yeah, or that pair was hyped up in 2013. They were hyped up, and he was still.
Right.
I mean, he was, but you know, but it's like they were only hyped up because they was hyped up. If they were a GR, wouldn't nobody care?
Right. That's true. Yeah.
You know.
It was crazy to see how, especially the resale market when he passed, how that happened. And it's like, damn, just because somebody died, you expected it because, of course, knock on wood or what, MJ, whenever that happens, I already know, resale and all that type of stuff on certain pairs, but it's just crazy to see that stuff when it happens.
Yeah, like I always say, the Adidas Kobe's are for the real Kobe fans.
Yeah,
You
true.
know, you got to really love him in order to wear some of those shoes. But I
Right.
do.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, but what are your feelings on LeBron's line?
He's got he retroed the Zoom Generation 1 recently, and I made sure I got that. I like that shoe, and then like it being the first LeBron, I like that one a lot. I like the LeBron 10 a whole lot. I remember seeing those on somebody's feet when they first came out, and I actually thought they were some type of new penny because it was such a dope sneaker. And I was like, hold on, what's that? What's those Nikes he got on? It's like, is that a new Penny Hardaway sneaker or what is that? Before I figured out it was a LeBron sneaker. So I like those. Of course, I like the South Beach, that model, LeBron, like the nines. And what I do like about his shoe, it seems like every shoe is so comfortable. Like the shoe, I don't know how they engineer his shoes or whatever, but that's a shoe that's extremely comfortable. I've had a couple of pairs, and back when I used to play basketball, I used to make sure it was always in a pair of LeBrons because they were so comfortable.
Nah,
That was my preferred shoe.
the LeBron 10 is my favorite LeBron.
That's a
I
dope.
yeah, I own 26 colorways of them. That's the
Damn.
LeBron most of.
I know you
So,
got the Volt pair, don't
oh yeah,
you? Yeah,
yeah.
that's my favorite pair there.
And I made three of them were IDs that I made, but
Yeah.
uh, there's still a few random GRs that I'm missing where I'm like, I can't believe I don't have these. Like, I don't have the white Miami Heat home color. I don't have those. I don't have the Prism, and I don't have the lava one.
Yeah, that live was dope.
Yeah, yeah, they either go or they're beat to shit.
Yeah. You ain't lying on that one, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like the denim LeBron so much that I customized a pair and I bleached them and distressed them or whatnot, and then I kept a pair of regular.
Oh, damn. Yeah, I remember that denim pair. I forgot about those. You got the
Yeah,
court pair too?
I don't have the corks. It's the
Oh,
only EXT because exhibition they wouldn't let us buy them. We weren't allowed to buy those.
oh, okay. Damn.
You know, and even though they've come down drastically to where I've seen pairs go for 200, that would be a shoe I would want to wear, and I'm not sure how wearable it is 12 years later.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I don't have the cork. I have the hazelnuts. I got two denims. I have those suede ones. That's the only EXT I'm missing. And I didn't have any of the I don't have any of the elites that came out at Foot Locker. Like I don't have the white, black and gold elite, and I don't have the championship pack. I don't have anything like that.
Yeah.
So it's still a few I'd like to have, but I have most of them. You know, the only other LeBron I got that's close is I have a lot of LeBron 12s because I was just so happy he was back in Cleveland. So I bought
Yeah.
almost all of
Oh,
them.
yeah.
You know, so
Did you
but the Miami shoe
go to some
special.
games?
Oh yeah, I used to be a Cavs season ticket holder me, my dad and I, we had season tickets from 2001 until like 2013. If we would have kept him a little bit longer, you know, when he came
Yeah.
back, like if I was gonna come back, we probably would have kept him.
Right.
Because we got those tickets. The Cavs sucked. It was before LeBron. Like they were horrible. Ricky
Yeah.
Davis, Lamont,
Yeah. Yeah.
it was awful. So we were going to see the other teams, but yeah, nah, I used to go. But you know, when the Cavs are good, you know, Cleveland is a. I'm not trying to hate on my city because I love Cleveland. I wish I was there right now, but a lot of folks is front runner fans. So if the Cavs or the Browns or the Guardians are good, sell out. They still are Indians to me. I'm not trying to offend anybody. I still call them the Indians. Like I call the Redskins the Redskins. I don't call them the Commanders.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that was, you know how it is now, you know. You got to be politically correct with everything. So,
Yeah. Roy, $1 trillion man, 12 best colorway. That's debatable. Yeah, I love that LeBron 12. The 10 is still the best though.
yeah, that 10 is dope, man. That was, I just remember seeing that like, hold on, what is that? Like, I remember seeing that, and they had that type of effect on me.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna hit you with this. I do feel like you remember the hyperposit?
Yeah, uh-huh.
I feel like the hyperposit was supposed to be the LeBron 10.
I can see that. Yep.
If you look at all the colorways, they're all like LeBron centric colorways.
Yeah, I can see that. And the hyperposit was dope too.
Yeah, it just you had to get it like a half size big, but it was good.
Yeah. A lot of those basketball shoes, man, cause my Grinches, I got that size 11 and I got it in. I could not wear it, and I was like, man, I need an 11 and a half or 12 in the Kobe Grinches. So I still got to make that happen. But that's when I realized, like the basketball shoes, you know, they were so small.
Yeah, I wanted a retro pair. I I made sure I made that happen for my ex, but I I'm still rocking out with the 2010 pair. To me, that pair was made a little different.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But usually in Kobe's, if I can, I usually just get a 12.
Okay. Just go straight
Like
to
if
a
I
12.
have any Kobe's that are 11 or 11 and a half, that's just because that's all I could get.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
I thrifted them. But yeah, now you gotta go up. But what is your holy grail? What's that shoe that you want real bad that you just haven't been able to put your hands on?
I'll probably say that I wanted it. Uh, I guess you could say like a 85. I mean, I probably won't ever because of the price, but I would love to have an 85 Chicago. But I know like I said, the price is insane right now. And so if they ever, which I think I heard Mr. Unloved One say that a Chicago 85 is probably coming since they're doing a bread 85, but who knows how limited that's going to be.
I said that's probably gonna be worse.
Yeah. It's probably 23 pairs or something. So,
Yeah,
but that would be probably a grail of mine to get an 85,
yeah,
true 85 OG
yeah.
Chicago. What, what's yours?
So
Or do you already?
nah, mine it hasn't been retro. Mine is the Air Max 294 runner. Um, so I only have these here because I wore them the other day. So they brought back the Air Max 294 Lite,
Yeah.
but I need the regular Air Max 294 where it's got the gray going around it. It's got a teal swoosh.
Uh-huh.
You know, the colors of the air bubble are all different colors. Like Martin wore them in like maybe 3 or 4 episodes of season 3.
I
I
think I
just
know which one you're talking about.
yeah, because they haven't retroed them before. It's only a few Air Maxes from that era that they haven't brought back that have a year on them. Like they've
Yeah.
never given. They gave us the second version, but like they've never given us a true Air Max 96 retro.
Right. Right.
They,
Right.
that shit was Supreme, and they've done versions of it in the past, but we've never gotten the real thing because they had the Air Max 96 XX, but they had the 95 Ultra,
Yeah.
bottom on it. Them bitches ain't really come out here anyway. That was like an overseas thing, but it's either those, the um, the Magic Johnson ERX 350 Converse, um, the Agassi AirTech Challenge 4 and the white, black, and pink, because they retroed it in 2016 overseas, but not over here. I do need a pair. I have a pair of white and purple weapons from 1986, but I need a pair of Magic 1986.
Damn.
I used to find them for cheap, where I might find a pair for 150, 200.
Yeah.
Because they didn't retro them, people be wanting like $700, $800 for them now.
Damn.
Like, dog, it's just a weapon.
Right. Yeah.
If Magic's color would have retroed for real, you probably get a pair of 86 weapons for $200-$300.
God. Yeah.
I mean, people be trying to tax for the early 2000s retro, and those were made like shit.
Yeah, I've been seeing those every time I try to search for some. I saw a suede pair of the Magic 86 weapons. I can't remember when those dropped, but they like all suede, but the yellow and purple and white. I saw that, and I saw you have the you got the low top.
Like yeah, I found those on Depop for like $15 last summer. I have that pair with the suede panels. They're from 2009. They call that the what do they call it? They call it the Weapon League High 86. So the shape is a little bit different. The star chevron isn't as crisp. It's a little wonky.
Yeah.
I wear that with stuff that's more of a gold, kind of like how these friends and families were, where if I'm wearing more of a yellow, then I wear one of the older ones.
Right.
But
I would say that friends and family 86 weapon Lakers too. You can add that as a grail too. I really want that sneaker.
Yeah, me too. Because the weapon is probably the only basketball shoe from that time where I could go down to a 10.5 if I needed to, or I could go up to a 12.
Yeah.
Like all of my birds are different sizes. I have two 10.5s. I have an 11, 11.5, and a 12.
Dang. That's cool.
So my emergency, one of them I keep out in the wild at a house, just in case I need the emergency outfit, but the other 4 pairs.
And I love the way they made like everybody talks about leather and quality, but those Birds 86, man, that's so dope in hand. So dope.
Yeah, I wore them for an 8-hour shift at Converse, and then I Ubered for like 4 hours after, and them bitches didn't even crease.
Damn.
They're just now starting to crease a year later. So they are made well. That's why I need a Magic pair.
Man, bro, that would be so dope to have that. So dope.
Yeah. They made them like an OG high. Now, I have a pair that I'm watching. They're a weapon. They call it the Weapon SK because for skating. There's a pair on eBay that is they're the Magic color, but the white is kind of muted. The purple is darker, and it's like gold instead of yellow. And the yellow is made like scales. So it's definitely some Japan shit. But I'm afraid to buy them because I've never bought anything from Japan.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know how the duty or the import, the customs, I don't know how that shit works.
Right.
If they were in the UK, I would have bought them bitches already.
Right. Cop. Yeah.
But I'm like, man, I don't know how this is gonna go because I want them because I want as many different versions of these shoes as I can. Like I have almost every version of the Larry Birds.
Yeah.
I've got the poor man weapon, which is like a chuck, but it's still a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
The Rick Owens, the
Yeah.
John Barbados. Like I've got all kinds of bird weapons, but I've only got a few Magics.
Damn.
So
That low top you got is dope though, especially
yeah,
for dollars. You can't beat that.
I find that low top quite a bit. So when I see a good pair, I'm gonna just send it to you.
Okay, cool,
You
man.
know,
Yeah.
because most of the time when I see them for cheap, they're either little sizes or either they're just dirty as fuck. Which
Yeah.
the cleanest shoe. A lot of those shoes just need a good wipe down, but you know. Now, what direction do you see your collection going in the future?
Um, that's a good question, man. I want to get into just more early, older like pairs. Just because now it's like you get to a point where you get almost everything, if not everything that you wanted. So I want to get like the Concords. I would love to have a '96 pair if I can find a '96 pair, maybe dead stock or close to dead stock. Like I would like to start getting pairs like that. And like I said, eventually, my wife always tell me never say never, but like man, I'm never gonna be able to buy a pair of Chicago's from '85. But she's like, you never know, what might not happen. You might come across somebody got a pair and say, hey, I see you're a big fan. Here you go. So stuff like that. I want to start searching for just actual pairs from that particular year and stuff like that. So I see my collection getting somewhere like that.
Do you ever thrift?
I do here and there, not as much as I need to probably, because I hear everybody say they find such good things in there. But I go here and there when I think about it. But I need to do it more just to see what I can find.
So, because this was in 2008, I'm going to put an asterisk by it, but I have a pair of 85 ones. I have the neutral grays. That's why I was like, damn, they finally retroing these, huh? This was the only one they didn't retro. Now, this was in '08, so this is before the one hype started.
Yeah.
But I found my pair of neutral gray ones in a thrift store for $2.
God, I knew the price was gonna be crazy, boy.
So, with you being in Memphis, you definitely should thrift. Probably
Yeah. See what
all kinds of stuff. Because like when I went out to Portland, the thrift store I went to, I could tell it was an okay Goodwill, but I knew others were around, but I didn't have no car, and I didn't have a whole lot of money to be like Ubering all over the place.
Right.
So I just went to Goodwill that was down the street from the hotel.
Yeah.
But they had some stuff in there. They had a bunch of Nike sample tees. You can see people was practicing in the innovation lab.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, but you being in Memphis, hit them
No,
Goodwills, hit them thrift stores.
I definitely need to start doing it, man. So I can see. Hopefully, I come up on some good stuff.
Because where you're at, it's sort of like whenever I go back home, there's this Plato's Closet in Akron. I have to go there because I always find crazy LeBron shit there that I've never seen. But it's Akron. I
Right.
found some
Right.
promo samples there for $40.
Dang.
Now, in Cleveland, probably the best thing I found some Gloria Zoom Generations for what, $5 or $6.
Oh yeah, that's a good.
So you got to thrift.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
know,
you making me definitely want to do that for sure.
because now before it would be almost unheard of. Like, nigga, you found some Jordans at the thrift store, but that shit happens now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You know.
especially Plato's Closet. I hear people come up all the time and play those.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, Plato's Closet, Uptown Cheapskate, um, Buffalo Exchange. I don't know if y'all had those, but Plato's Closet, like, for sure. But if you got time, even a regular thrift store, Just check it out. They might not have shit, but you never
Right.
know. But you being in
Right.
Memphis, you never know.
I definitely start doing that. I'm gonna start this week.
You know, because that's all my YouTube page has kind of become is thrift vlogs.
Yeah.
You know, so but yeah, man. Well, before we go, uh, do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, man. You answered a lot of them that I was thinking and wanted to know. Your grail, of course, and then like you talked about, your favorite shoes, and then I wanted to ask you. Of course, I in my mind wanted to ask you about the Magic shoe because I knew you would. This before I even knew you worked at Converse, but I knew you would know because your collection. So I was like, man, I have to ask because I've been wanting that shoe the last couple of years, and I didn't know anybody that just was on it like I was. All of my partners are like, man, the Magics, and or when I showed everybody about the birds, they were like, man, and I'm like, you just don't get it. So I knew you would know.
Yeah, it's sort of like this. Whenever I post in the Facebook groups, there's always somebody with some stupid shit to say. I wore my
Yeah,
fragment weapons. They were like, "These are some poor men's fragments," and I'm like, "How? They're
right,
fragments.
right,
Like the little lightning bolt logo is right there.
right,
Like, nah, they're not Jordans. I know that they're not Jordans, but
right.
like,
The fragments,
then
yeah,
it'll always be somebody who's talking shit and they've never posted in the group.
exactly, yeah,
So, but yeah, all we can do is hope, Marcus, that they bring those back, those
man. Hopefully,
Magic.
if they do, we got to do a live again and talk about them,
Yeah,
man.
because I definitely thought about buying a white and purple pair, getting some Angelus paint and painting them myself, but
You got
I'm
me
not gonna do that.
thinking about that now.
Yeah, like I want to pay somebody to do it just to know that it's done
Yeah,
right. Cause
yeah, yeah. I know I'm gonna fuck it up. It's because I'm
yeah,
gonna be and not do it the right way. So
oh, you didn't put enough coats on, or just
right, right,
there was a dude selling a pair he did that with on eBay, but he wanted like 250 for him. It's like, dog, I can see 150,
right,
not
right.
not
Yeah,
250.
yeah.
You know,
He trying to
so
capitalize.
okay. Before we go, I know I said that. All right, I'm gonna show this. I know we talked about this briefly yesterday, and I know I'm adding to it because I'm doing it. I'm tired of seeing this. Stop posting these, people. They're just dudes. Gosh, I'm
I
tired of
actually
seeing
need a
dudes.
pair, but like I said, I'm gonna wait a while before I buy them. And I hear a restock is coming on them, so
Yeah, like a
I just,
lot of people didn't get their pairs because between the fires and the weather being fucked up, you know. But yeah, like this is an '05 pair. I'm not buying a new pair. I
yeah,
know the Nike Air is gold and this isn't there and this
right,
is supposed to be black and red, but for these to be 20 years old, they're in pretty good shape.
yeah. I better say they look good. They don't look like they coming apart enough. So
Yeah, I'm tired of seeing this. When I go on YouTube, this is all I see. Instagram, this is all I see. Even Facebook. Oh, I didn't get the D. I need the Dion. Now,
yeah.
I'm not trying to flex because I have this old ass pair, but I'm tired of seeing this.
You ain't
They came
lying though.
out,
That shoe is everywhere right now.
gosh, I'm like, they came out in 2017.
Yeah, they did. Yep.
If you ain't got that pair, they came out in 2010.
Right. Yeah, people treated these like they never seen them before, for
Yeah, it
sure.
was the same thing with the DT Max 3 last year. Or, my bad,
Mhm.
the DT Max 96. That's what they call it now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep, same way. And then they came, I remember the DT 96, they came out, sold out everywhere. Then they restocked and you started being able to get them cheaper. So that's what I'm kind of waiting on this pair to do. I know I'll eventually be able to get them, so I'm not really tripping on them.
I'm not going to lie. I need the other two OG colors. I don't know how I missed them in 2017,
Uh-huh, yeah, yeah,
but I need that white, black, white, and green.
yeah. Mhm.
and I have to have that. People call them the Ravens now, even though the Ravens didn't even exist when that shoe came out. That black and gold and purple pair, I
Purple.
have to have.
Yeah. That black and gold and purple dope.
You know, I know he played for the Ravens much, much later after that shoe, but
Right.
I need both of them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a dope colorway for sure.
You know, if Nike restocks these and I can get, you know, the employee love on it, I'll get
Yeah.
another white, black, and red, but only then.
Yeah. I feel you.
It's like day 150, you know, you'll get them for $84. I'll get them for $84.
Right. Right. Why not? Yeah.
But I'm tired of seeing them.
Yeah. They are everywhere for sure.
Gosh. And again, it's like, you know, in sneakers, 8 years ago ain't that long.
At all. Yeah.
You know, I'm sure we both got shit that's dead stock from 2017.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Not that I bought it to keep it dead stock. I just haven't worn it yet.
Right.
I will.
Right.
So yeah, man. But I really appreciate you being on here, man. Again, I'm sorry about yesterday.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad we was able to do it, man.
Yeah, for sure. And we definitely gotta keep in touch. We gotta have another live or a convo where we talk about this music.
Man, we can do that, man. This jumpstarts me because I said I'm gonna get into more live content this year, so I'm thinking about doing some of the same type of things like conversations and stuff. So
yeah,
just to,
hey, maybe we could develop something where we could, you know, do something ongoing.
That's cool. I'm down with it for sure, man.
For sure. Okay, man. Well, look, I'm gonna go ahead. I appreciate you.
All right.
And
appreciate you, man.
No problem. Appreciate everybody in the comments too. Thank you for watching.
Salute to y'all. Appreciate
make
y'all.
Sure and follow this gentleman. More kicks than Bruce Lee. All right.
Yes, sir.
How many kicks you think you got?
Probably around 200, baby.
Okay.
200 pairs. I haven't counted in a while, but I say it's got up to there. How many for you?
So I'm gonna just say this, and this is no flex. This is no bragging or nothing.
Yeah.
I've got almost 700 Converses.
Ooh-wee. Hey, I'm not surprised though, man. I'm not surprised.
So to have more Nikes than that, I'm probably somewhere between 18 and 2,000.
God damn. You got like a storage and stuff, or
yeah,
they just
so my bad. I know we were about to end the show, but I'm gonna just show y'all the Converse room. It's kind of in disarray. I was looking for this one particular thing, and I ended up tearing up the whole room. But
yeah. 2,000 pairs. Damn.
I always forget how to do this shit. Oh. Yeah, so these are like all weapons.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty rough.
And you should organized too.
And then it's not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was, but this is just a little sample, but 85% of my shoes are still in storage.
Yeah.
You know, I'm used to living in a house. I haven't lived in an apartment since I was still halfway young. So,
you're right.
You know. But yeah, I said you maybe want to go over there and pull out some magics for this live before we go.
Hey man, I'm down with that, man. I love to see some.
All right. So I just wore these the other day. These Converse Pinnacles. They're from 1990. He was in the ad for these. Friday Diva.
Dope.
Whew. Okay.
Man, T-shirts everywhere.
Oh yeah, yes. That's another. T-shirts is a whole nother problem.
Oh. I know that's
so. Yeah. This is Magic shoe after the Pro Leather, but before the weapon. It's called the Pro
Yeah.
Star. He wore these for 2 seasons, 83, 84, and 84, 85. I bought these on eBay probably 05, 06.
Uh-huh. Still.
So these, uh, these are those low tops I'm talking about. I hate that I can't get this 32 off, but it's
Yeah.
all right. They were so cheap. And then this old ass Converse box here.
Uh-huh.
This is a pair from '03 where it's not
Damn.
chipping underneath.
Yeah.
Um, this is a pair from '02 in a different box where since it was chipping so bad, I just drew all over it.
Uh-huh.
And I put like quotes that Magic was saying in the commercial with Larry Bird.
Uh,
Now, what did
yeah.
he say? They made a Magic shoe for this year's MVP, you know. So I just
Yeah. Yeah.
drew a bunch of stuff all over them and put a bunch of different laces in them. I call these the unburied custom since they didn't retro it. It's like it's buried. So
Oh yeah.
then I'll show a few more.
Yeah, man. You definitely need those new ones for sure.
Yeah, man, I was hurt when that shit happened with that 12 that I thought was a 9.5 because it was listed as a 9.5.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'll show two more before we go. Magic Pro Leather,
Ooh. Dope.
you know, Game 6 against Philadelphia, starting at center. These. Um,
I know you got a pair of Dr. J's, don't you? Like the
yeah,
red on.
they're actually. I wore them last week, so they're over here somewhere. Um, damn, I wanted to show another one out. I had one of the. I have this shoe called the Magic Chillin'. It's like an off-court shoe. Well, you know what? That's fine. I don't know where that is, but I'll show you this too. So, see the box.
Yeah, yeah.
So, I need obviously I need a donor soul, but I do have the Magic Triple Double.
Ah, damn.
These lasted from I bought these in maybe 2004 on eBay. They lasted all till like 2013, so they lasted for a long time. I got a lot of wears out of them before they crumbled. But now you've got me wondering where the Dr. J's are because I just wore them. Oh, here they are. Yeah, I got a pair of those.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I need those.
Last pair I'll show. What the fuck happened to them chillins? Okay, so I got a new style weapon box.
Uh-huh.
It this box is on the inside. So this is that suede pair you were talking about.
Ooh. Yep.
Yeah. So these are from '09. So again, I wear these with like the fancy Laker shit.
Right.
Anything Mitchell and Ness, something like that. This is like the fresh weapon boy right there. So yeah, I had a bunch of Larry Bird too.
On lock.
You said what?
I said, yeah, you got the Magics on lock for sure.
Yeah, it's just a few I'm missing. I'm mad I can't find the off the court shoe from 1990. I'll probably find it after we get off here, but
Yeah.
it's all right.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, man. But again, man, thank you so much. We'll be in touch.
Man, I appreciate you, man. I'm about to get on Converse.com right now.
Show, man. All right. I'll holler at you. Peace.